You didn't see my text, did you?
The 10 minutes thing?
You saw it.
Yeah, I jumped on. I didn't think it was gonna take an actual 10 minutes.
I was. I said, I'm gonna feed the dogs. Little did you know that I'm the dog.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good. I did. You're right. Actually, it didn't take 10 minutes, so I had a little extra time to, to feed the fifth dog,
The main dog.
the main dog. But should I send one? I sent one to the group already, right? Hold on, let me see if
Send it to me and Paul.
I must
I don't
send
know
one
if Paul's
to
awake
Ken.
or not, to be honest.
Yeah, he
Paul's
might be
falling asleep
sleeping.
right now too. But you changed the time for me, so because we
But
just got home from Vegas, and then my mom was watching Jackson stuff. And I was trying to like love up on my son, and then try to get everything situated.
we don't got Paul, but we got Ash, right? Oh, we got
Ah,
Mama Joe.
bye, mom. Love you. Yeah, you see, she just left.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's get Ash on. Let's hear about how life life has been.
Actually, if you want, I can put the headphone in, but I don't know if you hear Jax in the background.
Oh, okay.
She's tending to Jax right now.
Jack is gonna be the youngest one on the podcast.
Yeah, bro. He has a voice already. You hear it.
But I'm gonna send the link to Compton just to see. Sometimes Compton is free on Sunday sometimes, but probably not this short notice. But you know me, it can't hurt.
Yeah.
Hold up, I must have went to Ken too. Have you spoke to Ken recently?
I'm in.
Yeah,
Here, let me here, lady.
Hey.
Look who it is.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
It's
What's up, Jax, Ash?
Let me put this in here. One
There we go.
second. Can you hear?
Hey, what's up, Ash? Yeah.
Hey,
How's
bud.
life?
Say hi, bud.
How's life been being a mom? I'm always asking Joe how is it being a dad. I never asked you.
Hold it.
It's actually really cool to see.
Wait, can you say that again? It cut out a little bit, I think.
Go ahead.
Wait, it's cutting out. Oh, okay, because you probably split. You might have to give.
Yeah, let me see. Let me take it off the headphones.
Yeah, you might have to take it off the headphones. So we can
Where
get
is
the whole experience.
Speaker.
Oh, there we go. Boom.
Yeah, you hear me?
I hear it now.
All right.
Yeah. So how's not only being a mom, but being a mom with a bodybuilder husband, and now like a popular bodybuilder. Everybody knows Joe now. So it's like,
And the baby.
Yeah. Jack's getting famous too.
He really is. Like when we did the chocolate bar review.
Yeah, they wanted to see Jax.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What's
the baby's always been.
What's the biggest changes in the past? Well, first of all, how old is Jax now?
4 months.
Okay, so in let's say the last 4 months, but obviously including these last couple of weeks, that things have been a little bit different as well, right? So let's go back. Let's go back like 3 months ago. Baby's home. Boom. Oh shit,
Hey,
baby.
I think you're Jackson's first black guy.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I'm definitely honored. He's like, what? Yeah, look at his face. He's like, what? He's like, what's going on there? he's like, what's going on there? He's like, something different.
Looking at you, and I'm just like, I know I should see what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm like,
Elephant in the room.
that that actually happens to kids, right? Like
Yeah.
if they grow up in certain areas, like they're like, oh, wow, this is interesting,
why is she like that?
Daddy, are we in the
Well, like where I grew up, there wasn't a lot of like white people, right? So when I would go like downtown, I'm like, oh wow, this is different. I'm like, wow, look, you know, they're dressed different. They don't have on baggy pants. So the pants not baggy, Dad. What's going on?
Daddy, I can see their socks.
Oh man, no, but yeah. So you bring a baby home. You're like, oh, there's a baby. He's sneezing. What do we do? He's coughing. You know, he's throwing up. What do we do? Or did it come kind of natural?
Well, I already took care of kids when I was younger, so I kind of knew. But
Okay.
what got me was postpartum. That was pretty hard. Like, I didn't really realize it until it was kind of too late. We had a couple fights, you can say, and it didn't come to me naturally like, oh shit, you know, it's my hormones. It was more so like, Joe, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Like I was kind of.
So one thing I noticed is healthy couples aren't scared to talk about that, right? Unhealthy couples, they always go online. Oh no, we've never argued. Oh, this is so perfect. And when my ex used to say that, I'm like, these people are lying, and they, you know, they break up like 2 months later, right? Because they're trying to act like they're perfect, but nobody's perfect, right? It's more important that you know you're not perfect. It's like bodybuilding, right? If you think you're perfect, you're never gonna get better, right? You have to understand I'm not perfect. These are the things we have to fix. You know, you got to bring up your sweeps. You got to bring up your red belts. And then you get better. So you got to think, oh, wow, this is postpartum. This is a real thing. Okay, how can I bypass that, right? Same way with Joe's in prep. Oh, you know what? I'm not actually irritable. I'm just hungry. Let me figure out how to deal with it. So that's a good sign of a healthy relationship rather than, no, I'm perfect. I don't have to change. Joe's the one that's wrong, or just, you know, everybody else is wrong. I'm right, right? So that's actually healthy. And so that kind of hits you like right after, and then it starts to get better, like a little further.
What was it that made you realize it was that?
When I was getting upset at like just things that are out of my control, you know, like I told him to go on prep. Like, why am I mad about that? Like, why am I mad he's on prep when I told him to do it? It just, my emotions weren't fully there. It was more so I was just angry about
and then it's difficult. Like when it comes to prep, everybody knows that like at a certain point we're not present anymore. We're just in survival mode. So I would tell her like before everything would start happening, because I would feel things coming on, I'd be like, hey Ashley, if you need anything, like don't expect me to do it, but ask me to. Because if you expect it, I'm gonna let you down because my mind's not there. Like obvious, like common sensible things to help here and there. Like I don't think that way at this point. Like you try to do the bare minimum because you're just trying to get through the day. And so I'm like, tell me what you need me to do, because if you don't, I won't do it. And it's not because I don't want to do it. I'm not going to be wired that way, because I'm not all there when I'm on prep. And she wouldn't heed the warning. So like if I didn't do something, she would get upset. Like, and I'm like, but you didn't ask me to. She's like, well, you should know. I'm like, I told you I'm not present. Like, and what helped the most was honestly having Paul and Justin around towards the end, because they were pretty much like telling her that everything I was saying was true, and that they're actually surprised I was handling things the way I was. That there's no way they could have done it. And that's when I think things really started going, I guess you could say, like in a positive direction at the end, because it was like, I'm not here trying to make excuses. Like this is just how the life of a bodybuilder is. And it's not that we don't care or anything. It's just literally like you don't function the same as a normal person at a certain point. And then because she was like trying to go through her thing with the hormones and stuff and figuring herself out, it was almost like a prep for her too, in just a different kind of manner. Like she wasn't thinking straight. I'm over here trying to like be present at the same time, where I'm over here also trying to survive and trying to get my job done. And it was difficult, but you know, like you said, we're strong. We would communicate. We would have the hard talks. You know, all those things that like the end of the day, you know, it's her and me with this little guy, and
Yeah.
we're gonna figure it out. Like, there's no like, well, screw this. Like, no, we're gonna figure it out. This is like we're in this together. So
Yeah, that's probably another thing that helped was that was never a question or a solution. More so like, oh, I'm just trying to be with you. That's not gonna solve anything because I'm still gonna have to deal with the things I'm dealing with.
Yeah, that was never a thing.
You know?
There wasn't like, well, maybe we should just not be together. No, that was never a thing.
So one thing I've noticed, the good thing about like my group of friends in bodybuilding is that we all have perspective. We see the bigger picture of life, whereas a lot of bodybuilders have no perspective. I'm sure Joe probably noticed that like bodybuilding is all they can think about, right? I get it to some extent if you're at a high level to some extent, but you still have to understand. You still have to be a grown man first, right? Oh shit!
Hold on, baby, you froze a little bit.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah, you're good now.
I'm not frozen. Okay,
yeah.
I can't move if I'm frozen. That's the rule. But yeah, I always say being a grown man first is number one, right? Same way you actually asked her, well, are you okay with me doing the prep? That's part of it. Not just saying, yeah, listen, I'm doing this prep regardless. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be back, right? So it's like, I think that's super important. Some people lack perspective to the point that they'll completely throw away everything else for bodybuilding. And listen, we're not even talking about millions of dollars here. I'm talking about just local competitors like in their 40s and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and then when I speak on it, it sounds like I don't like bodybuilding. I like bodybuilding just as much as everybody else. I just have perspective and understand where I'm at. I'm not at Joe's level. So there's certain sacrifices that I will make because it might not be worth it for me. It doesn't mean I love bodybuilding any less. I'm just a grown ass fucking man. I'm not 23 years old, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, so that I think it's important for people to understand, like, you probably get this too, Joe, like a teenager hits you up and be like, oh, I want to quit my job. And you're like, bro, you haven't even dieted before. Like, what are we talking about here?
No, like you said, like it was a grown man stuff first. So even at the end, before I signed up for the shows, like I put my name down to where now, if I pull out or before, like, because we'll get fined if we don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much, like, at one of the points before I signed anything, I did say, I was like, do you need me to stop the prep? Like, I'll just tell Justin, because like if you don't feel okay and you need me, I'll just stop. But it's like when I put in that perspective, it was almost like, fuck, dude, like that's when she said, what am I doing? Like he's got to finish.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't signed up for anything yet, but there was that moment where it's like, I can pull out right the fuck now. Like, but no, I just got to tell Justin, and then we just won't do the bodybuilding thing. Like if it's too much. That's and she said, no, like do it. So that's why I committed finally and signed the contracts to do it. So but that did cross my mind, right? I'm not going to lose my family over this. I'm not going to have her like go through it alone if it's something that's just too much. So I mean, bodybuilding's like, I tell people that bodybuilding saved my life, and it was my life, and it's still a huge part of my life. I mean, it gave me the life that I have right now. It gave me them too, but these guys will always be bigger than that. Yeah. So 100%, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, obviously it's dumb as fuck if I fucking take those fines. Now I'm losing money and all that stuff. But when the time comes and you make that decision, it's like, this is where I truly commit. Like, yeah, I dieted all those weeks, but this is where now, if I pull out, I'm going to get in trouble for it. So let's make the decision right now. So family's always first. Always. So
Ash, you actually got pretty lucky because most bodybuilders are way worse than that. Like it's like terrible. Like I would tell everybody, like, don't date a bodybuilder. Joe would probably actually tell, like, if he was talking to like his friend or sister or something, he'd probably be like, yeah, probably don't date a bodybuilder, because if you generally go by most of them, you'd be like, that's just not a good idea, you know. But you have to have a certain maturity level, and he got into it a little later, which is actually probably a good thing, you know, probably a good thing, you know. So also I was gonna say, damn, I was gonna make a point about, what did you say before that? What did you just say before that? I lost my train of thought.
Something about choosing family first always, and then pulling out before it's too late.
Getting
fined.
Bodybuilding brought us.
Oh yeah, but boom. I was gonna say that. Like, it's funny because we say bodybuilding or saved our lives, right? It's almost like it sounds like dramatic, but everything. A lot of us, like I know for me, everything I have came from bodybuilding, the act, not the competition part, but me being in the gym, or me, me doing this, like all of my jobs, like we talk about, like being a bouncer or bodyguard work. I'm not like 6'8", so the only way I would get it if I was buff, right? If I was swole, right?
Yeah.
So like every penny I've made in some way came from bodybuilding, even from the connections that people I've met in the gym. Just almost everything. It's like somehow goes back to training or bodybuilding. So it's like I say it's not my life, but I mean, it's such a big part of my life, but not necessarily just the stage part, the whole thing around it. Going to the gym. If I didn't, you remember during COVID when they closed the gyms, I was like, I don't care if I get a little skinny or fat. But then mentally, I couldn't not do it. I was like, bro, fuck the physique. I got. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't curse in front of.
That's fine. You flipped me off earlier.
my sister always didn't like when I curse in front of the babies. But yeah, so it's one of those things. It still gives you so much, But yeah, it was more mental for me that I just couldn't see myself not going to the gym. Like, nah. I don't mind if I get chubby, but I got to work out.
Bro, it was one of those things too. Like that sucked. Like for Ash, she used the gym as that outlet, that part, that mental part, and so. When she wasn't able to train while she was pregnant, right after she was pregnant, going through all that, like that used to be her way of being able to deal with life's, problems and stuff. That was her getaway. And she didn't have that. So she didn't know how to even like cope with things anymore. She had to like sit with it.
Yeah, it was hard.
And I I would talk to Paul about it. Like, I feel for her. I'm like I've been there without being in her exact shoes, but just like where you don't know how to handle something. I couldn't go to the gym for a period of time myself when I was younger and stuff. It's just like when that's your outlet and that's all you know how to deal with things, like what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
I can only imagine what she was going through. And like I said, I was very like I had a lot of sympathy. So it's like even if she would snap at me, like it's like fuck, like like I know where she's coming from to an extent. So I get it. I remember we went to the Olympia, and this is like we just found out that she was pregnant. Like I think it was already 4 weeks in, so she already started like very, very like slightly softening up. Now she wasn't using her muscles anymore and stuff. And she didn't want to hurt the baby. Obviously, she didn't know like how hard she could push herself. She didn't want to take any risks. And we went to the Olympia. You were there, but you didn't see it. She did a couple of movements just to feel it. And then she went around the back and started crying because like she needed, like, she realized she couldn't do it anymore and she was about to lose it and get worse. And like that little bit that she did get to do already made her feel amazing and she just couldn't do it. So it like she broke down, but she didn't do it in front of you guys.
Yeah,
so that was a hell of a trip for her.
Yeah, you can't do it in front of the boys. That's the rules. You got to go to the bathroom and cry. I'll be crying too. Nobody's gonna see it. I go to the bathroom and be like, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck. Why is it so hard? Everybody. It's funny because everybody does it. To some extent. It's just that. Yeah, well, you done? You're like, okay, I guess I just gotta go back to work. Huh? What's my next client? Let's go to fucking, So, but Ash, how long were you out of the gym?
Like pretty much 7-8 months.
Oh, it was pretty much a year.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, the way.
Well, when I was pregnant, I was still working out, so I found out a month later.
Yeah.
She pretty much worked out for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
While pregnant, not knowing.
Mhm.
And then, so you could just say the last 7 months of the pregnancy, she didn't work out. And then you started working out. I think she started working out 2 or 3 weeks after she gave birth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. The way you so I've had a client that would work out straight through. She had like 8 kids, so she was like she almost didn't even think about it. But the way she trains and the way Ash trains is 2 different trainings. She's not a bodybuilder, right? She's just trying to stay in shape. So I would be extra cautious. But I'd be honest. When she was showing really bad, I didn't feel right. Like she would show me like studies and stuff that it's okay. But in my head, I'm like, this gym is packed. There's people jumping around doing muscle ups and shit. I'm just scared somebody's gonna bump into her or some shit.
Yeah.
Just things you can't account for. So I was kind of uneasy about it, but she kept showing me, no, it's okay. You could do it. And I'm like, I mean, your stomach is pretty big right now. I don't know, but yeah. But she was doing like body weight stuff. I don't think Ash wants to go to the gym to do body weight work.
I tried, but it was like
in the beginning, yeah, she couldn't push herself. And then like there was a part where she was just like, honestly, Joe, if I were the reason this baby doesn't make it, she'd never forgive herself, kind of thing. So she said, fuck it up. She's like, I'm gonna sacrifice whatever months this is, and God forbid it, anything bad happens and I make it through, like I can always come back to this, right? So
yeah,
the gym wasn't going anywhere, but Jax possibly could. So
yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'll eat McDonald's with you.
Yeah, for people like us, you might as well just not go. I had a really bad case of pneumonia before, and I was in a coma, right? So they're like, "Oh yeah, you can still work out." Yeah, I'm like, "Really?" They're like, "Yeah, but we're talking about like 20%, do like 20 reps, right?" So of course I go to the gym. I'm like, "Okay, 20%." By the end of the workout, I'm doing T-bar rows and shit with it. And then you go back, like your lungs aren't doing much better. Everything, okay. I've been working out. They're like, you can't do that, bro. You're not gonna recover. So for me, I had to just stop doing it altogether, because if I go, I'm gonna be like, that was an easy 20 reps. Let me go up, and then now you're doing the stack you're doing more reps than you would on a normal workout with the same weight.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it. Yeah. So you made the gym is gonna be there. It's not going nowhere. So now you back. I saw y'all went to Vegas again, or is the same Vegas trip?
No, different one. So we went 3 weeks ago. Her niece was in town from school and wanted to see Jax, and she wanted to go visit, so we went. And then I actually went this time around. There's a mirror right here. There's a mirror right here, so he's looking at me through the mirror.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought he was smiling at me. I got excited. I got excited. You know what I mean?
It's his first time.
Yeah, first time. He's still getting used to it. Okay.
So
and
we actually
now,
well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So we were coming home from the gym here, and Regan Grimes hit me up, and he said, shit. Hey, when you coming back to Vegas, let's get a workout in if you can. I was like, we actually go pretty frequently. I'm like, shit. I mean, if they're down, I was like, we can probably go this weekend.
Oh yeah.
And so I messaged him. He didn't open the message, but they were kind of excited about the idea of going again because they really like New Tech.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I'm still down to go if you guys want to go, whether messaging me back or not. Yeah. And so we ended up going.
When you said that, I was gonna cut you off. I was gonna be like, yo, he actually told me that before. I was like, yo, let's get, but it was different because I'm the one that asked him. He probably just said yes because he didn't want to be like, hell no, motherfucker. So he was like, yeah, and then he didn't open it.
He met with me. All right.
No, because there was a while before. I think it was before he moved to Vegas. He was going to Gold's Venice a lot, so he was in the area. So he probably just felt cornered. Like, oh damn, this big black guy wants to work out with me. I don't want to tell him no.
Yeah, but I told him, I was like, damn, like, I've never been reached out to not get responded to once I was reached out to. I was like, okay, fuck.
But it being Regan, bro, his DMs are probably like loaded.
No, I knew that.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's why I told him, I was like, hey, if he doesn't see it or doesn't respond, you guys still want to go?
Yeah.
And they're like, hell yeah. And then Paul didn't get to see New Tech when me and Ash went that one time.
Yeah.
So we got to go back and stuff.
Those machines are beautiful. But what I want to see is Nick Walker and Joe. I want to see the mutant and the machine work out. That's what I want to see.
It's funny. Nick messaged me and I told him, I was like, hey man, whenever you're down, like we should get a workout in. And we decided that we will after the O. We'll make it happen.
That would break the internet. Just hit a back double.
I told Ashley the same thing.
At the end of the workout, just hit a back double. I'm gonna be like, I don't know, Nick. I don't know, bro.
Well, it's funny. Man. My mom. So I watch Nick's YouTube, and so my mom, when she owns business stuff, I'll put YouTube on, and Nick will be on. And she's like, she asked, "How tall is Nick?" And I said, "I believe he's an inch shorter than me. I think is he 5'7" or 5'8"?"
Yeah, I think he's about 5'8". He's either like a tall 5'7" or a short 5'8".
He's the same height as me then.
He is.
So, but on stage, he's about to be like 260 something. I think, like high 260s. He might be more at this point. He's not dropping no weight, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's in the 280s and he's 5 weeks out. Or at the time he put the video, he was in the 280s 5 weeks out.
Yeah. I mean that's insane. But what it is because if you look at younger Nick actually doesn't have a big structure. He has so much muscle that people think he has a big structure now because he's so muscular. So he needs more muscle to look muscular, right? Because if you think about it, if Jay Cutler was 280 shredded, Jay was so wide, he would have looked so insane. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously Nick looks insane. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying that much muscle on his frame, it actually works. It still works because his frame actually isn't like as wide as you are. You would never need to be 280 on stage. It wouldn't make sense because you have the shoulder width that
my structure carries my size more.
Exactly. So everybody's saying, yo, you're like one of the most muscular guys, but on the scale, there's a lot of people a lot heavier than you, but they don't look as dense as you. You know, so it's a look to the muscle and it's the frame. You know. But I gotta say, after this year, I feel a lot better about myself because anytime I would see you pose and you hit a back double, and I look at myself, I'm like, am I that far away from pro level? But now that it's like you have one of the best backs, it makes me feel better. Okay, because that's just different. That's not like a normal pro back. You know what I'm saying? That's not just like some average pro back walking around, right?
What's dope is I told Ashley, I was like, I had all the intentions of, come on, like let's get a top 5 in this fucking show. Let's get top 5 in these shows. And I came out with apparently the top 3 best backs in the world. Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. I was like, I'll take it.
But that's how it should be. You don't want to overestimate yourself. That's not a good thing, So it's like we talked about before. You never want to expect anything. You don't want to expect to win. You don't even want to expect to be top 3. But you should be training. Like when we talked about, like for the USA, I was like, did you expect to win? You're like, I didn't expect to win, but I knew that if I bought my best, I should be able to. Basically, right?
Yes. Put myself in a situation where I'm a contender.
Yeah. Because we don't judge the shows. So for us to say 100% I'm gonna fucking win this show, it's a false statement. You can't, right? You're not dunking on somebody. You're not. It's not like you're a fighter. I could beat that guy up. You're being judged, so you can't say that. Undoubtedly, you could say that my best is my best should be good enough to be the best on stage.
Yeah.
And then you could argue that was the case of Texas. You know, your best could have won that show. You know, and it was close, right? So, speaking of shows, actually, I thought Quinton looked really fucking good today.
So I told Ashley and Paul on the drive home from Vegas, because I was obviously on social media. I said, "Holy shit, Quinton like nailed it! Like he was full, he was conditioned. It was his best look to date." And I said, honestly, like I think he can win this one. I actually think he could beat yours. And obviously, it didn't go that way, but. You know, I like Quinton's front shots. I like his side shots. I prefer his back shots over yours today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what the scorecard said, but I do know that it was in Germany, right? So I don't know if that plays a factor, but
it has to. I mean, that's not to say that Earth couldn't or even shouldn't have won. But there's no way you're gonna tell me home court advantage means nothing. It's always gonna mean something, you know. But also, I was gonna say, yeah. So everybody was thinking the same shit going into the show. Every single person I've saw or spoken to is like, I got to be honest. If Urs brings his best, the same or better, I don't know if Quinton is gonna be able to beat him, because whether he comes in fuller or tighter, it might not be enough. That's what we all were thinking, right? Once we saw him, everybody thought the same thing. Everybody that I know have seen, I was like, I think he's going to win the show, actually. I was like, I think he might win the fucking show, you know? It's weird because this is why, you know how people say, you know how Phil Heath was in 2011? He should have stayed that way. That's impossible. You know why? Because when you stay the same, you lose the wow factor. Urz's first show, it's like, what the fuck? Because we hadn't seen him in open, right? And then now, I think he might have been the same or better, but we already saw him. So it's kind of like, okay, there goes Urz again, right? But we never saw Quint that lean. So it's like, whoa. And then Quint stands out, right? So
yeah. I wish we had Quint on this one, because I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of two things. One, which is somewhat obvious, I guess, is he figured out the good balance for a good peak. Or two, he had nothing to lose in his head because he already lost to Urs and it's his last show. So it's like, fuck it, let's just go in. Whatever the fuck happens, happens. And just the thought of no stress on your shoulders changed everything. And I think it was more so that. But again, I'm not Quint, so I wish we had him on to tell us.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge factor and people don't realize that. And, you know, people ask me about like what I did from Tampa and Texas, because I got a lot better from Tampa to Texas. And that was a huge factor there. Like I already placed top 5 in my head. So I'm like, I'm already seen, so I can just kind of do my thing. And I know I'm going to come in better because I've already peaked once. We took notes, so I already know I'm going to come in better. And yeah, like my body showed it, but there was no stress on me at all. I had fun with the damn show.
For sure. I mean, both of what you said is probably true, but for sure, like once you've already done it, and he didn't get the result he wanted twice, so it's kind of like it's not as fear can ruin a lot of looks, right? Because you're gonna be cautious one way or the other, right? So it's like I've been competing for a long time, right? And it's like, why have I never tried not changing anything? Because that's basically what I did this year. Recovery and not changing shit. If I look good 4 weeks out, why don't I look good on stage? Because you're scared. You're gonna be like, I can't just step on stage I gotta dry out. I gotta fill out. I gotta do something, right? You're scared because if you step on there like 4 weeks out, look, you're gonna be like, well, what if it's not good enough? I already took all the losses, so I'm like, shit. At this point, I don't give a fuck. At this point, it is what it is. What's the worst that can happen? It already happened. I've been flat as fuck. I've been out of shape. I have nothing to lose, So yeah. So then you say, fuck it. I'm gonna change nothing, and then boom, lo and behold, that's your best look. Like bodybuilders fuck up their own peaks more than anybody. So that's one thing about
Sorry, I was over here.
He good. I saw the guys on the Managed podcast talking about why isn't Sergio doing a show. I love Sergio. So Sergio's a dope guy, man. I actually want to get him on the pod, but I think I don't think he's the emotional person. I'm sure he would agree with that. I think the emotions can get the best of him. Like I think he makes some emotional calls. Like he instead of like even back in what's the show he did with Andrew Jack? What show was that?
I didn't know he did a show with Andrew. The last show before this was Cal.
Sasan, what the show Sasan won? Earlier this year. He got third behind Sasan. It was Andrew when Sasan almost beat Andrew this year. What country? I don't even know what country that show was.
I don't remember, but
Some country.
I
You know what I'm talking
did. I thought about that.
But you see, you already forgot he did the show. That tells you a lot because he misses. He doesn't miss by a lot, bro. It's like he's a little bit flat, a little bit full, a little bit. All he had needed to do since that show, if he would have done the next show, I think it was FIBO. Was it FIBO? It might have been FIBO, Germany. So if you would have done another show, come in a little tighter, boom, that could have been a look. But it's like he does the show and he's disappointed and he kind of just stops. And he comes back and he's disappointed, he kind of just stops. It's okay to be disappointed, but you can't let the emotion stop you from being your best. Because if you keep, it's like Blessing does that too. If he's not his best, boom, he's out of there. Where all he needed is another couple of weeks of dieting. Blessing would have just looked better, right? So I think that's where you need to sit with your coach and really talk to somebody who doesn't have that emotional feeling, right? That so much emotions running high. Because I mean, Sergio is a really good bodybuilder, man. I mean, but he's also older, and there's not a lot of time to just take the year off every time you don't get the result, Well,
essentially, I mean, bodybuilding really comes down to like your headspace. Mm-hmm. Like it's everything. Like it's your ability to push hard in the gym. It's your ability to starve when you go to bed. It's your ability to push food. Like it literally affects your look all around. And like if you're not sound in your head, you're never gonna succeed. I mean, I think that's why when Derek won his first Olympia in 212, or I think his only one in 212, when he started working with Hani was always known to like get him or get people in a good headspace. And that will literally make or break you
100%.
in bodybuilding.
From what I heard, that was Derek's issue. I don't know Derek personally, but from what I heard, that was his issue. He was
he's talked about it. He said that Hani really helped him get in a good headspace.
You see? Okay. Look at Quinton, right? I think if Quinton keeps competing, I think he's going to qualify this year. Well, it would be the next year now. But if he keeps doing more shows, I believe he's going to qualify. Not just because he's a really good bodybuilder, but his headspace. Look how he conducts himself when Urs wins. Even on stage, he's not angry at Urs. He's not being emotional. He's just, thank you very much. He's pissed. He don't fucking want to lose. But he's able to control emotions, come back the next show. What if he would have done his first show? Boom, go back to off season and just not, he would have never seen his best. He would have never learned his body and be able to bring his best. He would just keep leaving every time he's mad he didn't win, right? So he's taking out the emotion and, keeping it down for now and just doing what he needs to do to get where he needs to get. And that's why he's going to succeed straight up. Same reason why Samson succeeded, same reason why you made the improvements as well, because you didn't shut down. You didn't do more shows that season, but it was with a plan. It wasn't just like, I'm pissed, I'm not doing shows, and then disappear, right? You knew what happened, you understood, you put your emotions to the side, and you kind of use logic. You got to be logical, Yeah.
Well, one thing I do tell people, and I think it's extremely important, is how I said, I said exact same in every podcast. For 15 seconds, I felt sorry for myself. Because I think it's extremely important to feel your emotions. Just don't act on them. So allow yourself to feel it, be upset, but then start to rationalize things. Don't think irrationally because you're upset. Like if you let yourself feel it, you won't bottle it up. You won't hold on to it, and you can move on. So once you do that, you start to think logically. It's like, okay, what's the next step? But I
Exactly.
allowed myself to feel it. I allowed myself to feel bad. I allowed
Mm-hmm.
myself to be sad. I'm not going to express it on stage because I am a pro. I'm a professional. Like, I have to conduct myself that way. So you weren't able to see it on stage, but it was felt, definitely. It was hard to go
Yeah.
see my family after because you're a little embarrassed because everyone's there for you. They expect something of you because you expect highly of yourself, right? So it does
Mm-hmm.
suck, but as a man, as a professional, you're gonna conduct yourself that way, and you're just gonna fucking take it on the chin and move forward. And
Yeah.
move forward with what makes sense. Like when people would ask me, "Hey, you're not gonna do another show, Joe?" I was like, "Dude, I just took fucking 15th. It's not like I took second. I'm like right there. I'm like, obviously that shit needs to get done. I need to make some improvements. So that's where the logical, like, I do need to take a year off. Like Clint,
Exactly.
he made the logical move. I'm gonna do another show. I'm only getting closer and closer. I have the money, I have the time. Like I'm getting better. So
Mm-hmm.
why not? So it's
Exactly.
just
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, do what makes sense, not what your emotions are telling you. You can't. I think this is why a coach is important, even more so than dieting. Logic, because you're not. You think you're fine, but you're not in the right headspace. In that moment, you can't trust your own judgment. Even how you look on stage, bro. Like show day, you could be sitting there thinking, I got robbed. And then 2 weeks later, you look at pictures, you're like, oh, no, that motherfucker beat me. That motherfucker beat me fair and square. So you don't want to trust your own judgment. And that's why it's good. I mean, to this day, like, I coach myself. I still ask Compton's opinion, right? I'll still be like, what do you think about the show? Do you think I was third? Do you think I was, well, what do you think I was need more size? Like, I still ask him these things because me looking at myself, I don't know what the fuck I'm. Sometimes I see some pictures. I'm like, shit, I could have won the whole shit. And I see some pictures. I'm like, I look like shit, right? So it's like that's not. That's not logical. So Compton to tell you exactly what it is. This is what it is. This is why he beat you. This is why So, I think that's even more important than the actual X's and O's. Somebody who you can actually trust to have an unbiased, logical viewpoint of the whole thing.
trust is huge, man. Like they talk about coach hopping and stuff. Like one of the best things I've done in my career is stick with Justin the whole way through.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because not only does he get to learn your body, but you develop a certain relationship, a certain level of trust that, like, whatever the call is, like, you guys will be on the same page for the most part. Like, you guys have developed a certain synchronicity together over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he'll tell you the truth. Like you said, Justin will be straight up with you. So the first thing, like, again, rational side, you're not going to see yourself the way someone else does. So I remember saying, like, Justin, this is what I see. What do you see? And then that's where I go. That's what I go with. So if it lines up, cool. I'm in a proper headspace. But if what I tell him is like, he's like, no, that's not the case, and he'll tell me that, right? Like, I'm just being a fucking hard on myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I first got with Justin, I remember like telling myself that I'm not gonna work with another coach just because we clicked like as people, and I mean what I just didn't feel like there was more I can get out of anybody else besides learning some things. But at the time, I was cool with Boston, so I already seen these protocols, right? So the only thing I could think of that I wanna learn other ways to do it, but I can do that. I can still do that, right? You can talk to people. Jordan. You can be like, "Hey, what did Chris Tuttle do for you?" Yeah, Chris likes to do sodium loading. Oh, wow, okay. And then you could think about it. You could be like, Justin, you ever thought about right? So you don't have to you don't have to leave your coach every time, right? Like you can just talk to people. I mean, it's okay. I'm sure Justin talks to people too. So it's one of those things. But at the time, I was like the only other coach I'll probably work with would be Matt Jansen, and that didn't age super well. But but Matt had a similar way of coaching than Justin at the time. Every time I talk to him. But okay, let's look at the. You haven't been on in a while. Did you agree?
I think I missed the last two weeks.
Okay. Did you agree with the placings from the last from what was the other show about Italy? Italy? Yeah, from Italy.
From what I saw, and I love Sergio and stuff, but I had Lewis beating Sergio.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Honestly, that's the only thing. That's like the only thing that I disagreed with. And keep in mind, I had Sergio placing like second on my little list.
Yeah. You want to see him do well, but if we're being objective, yeah, Lewis was just, I mean, he was on. He was on.
He was good at this show too.
This is scorecards for this show? It's already out? Oh, that was quick.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. Judging.
So,
he got perfect score. Huh. Well, scorecards is always perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, I didn't think it was the perfect score. But
I don't think the scorecards always tell the whole story.
No, I don't think it does.
Are you frozen? Okay, you're frozen for a second.
Okay,
you're good now.
The scorecards do nothing for me or anybody else. I think Tyler's videos do a lot more than scorecard. That I like to see, but these scorecards, it really does nothing. I mean, looking at this, it doesn't help you in any way. But Compton, I don't know if I dropped the episode. I think I just dropped the episode. Compton said that he thought Edward could win the whole show just based off of how he was looking going to, like, once Compton saw him, he was like, holy shit, I think this person could win the whole show. And he's not wrong.
I'm not too familiar with who Edward is. Who's Edward?
Let me pull him up. How do you even pull him up? They didn't tag him. They tag people here. Okay, let me see. Ed. He's a freak. Once you see him, you'll recognize him. Ali Edward. Was this the show? Was this today? This guy. He did Dubai.
Oh shit.
I think he's newer to the sport. I think his posing can use some tweaking. And you could always, when you're dark skinned like that, you could always be a little harder in the glutes and hams, But I mean, he looks like Ken and Andrew Jack.
Yes.
I mean,
his quad suits are fucking wild from the back.
I mean, for I don't know if he's Nigerian, but for a West African guy, that's not bad glutes and hams.
No, bro. His shape is definitely different.
Because I heard somebody say he wasn't aesthetic, but I was like, he's not aesthetic neither. He's like,
yeah, it's a different shape. He's narrow.
Yeah,
but his because his muscles are so bubbly and his insertions are so like tiny. I mean, like his joints are so tiny, it gives a different look.
It does. Like, I can't tell if his waist is small or if his other muscles are just big.
That's the thing. No, his waist is small, but his waist is like the same width as his fucking clavicles.
Okay, so that's probably what's going on, because I'm looking. I would consider Ken aesthetic. I know Ken is pretty big now, so but still, I would
wide though. Like Ken's actually pretty fucking wide.
He's very wide. I would consider Andrew Jack aesthetic, Ken aesthetic. This guy, I would say he has good shape, but he's not like
muscle bellies.
Yeah. He's almost like a
dude. He looks like a buff ass Avatar.
Yeah. He's a low key, but it's an incredible physique. Like you wouldn't call even like a young Bonac. You wouldn't call him aesthetic, but he wasn't unaesthetic, right? Because his waist back then was smaller. It's like
I think he's more a lot like Nathan Diasha. His torso.
Yeah, he had the torso is kind of like straight with the obliques. Yeah, I know exactly too much. It's kind of like a long torso, not as long as I don't think anybody had the longer torso. King Taro, that's the Nathan looked like King Taro, but I think he's super fucking impressive. I got to say that. What do you think he needs to do to beat Well, he beat Mark Hector, Mark Hector is really good. He got third. Let me go back.
Honestly, I think he like it's more so his like it's hard. I think he needs more delts to give him some width up top.
I can see that.
And that's going to help some of his shots. I think he needs a little more adductor.
And you could always be harder, right? I mean,
that conditioning is always something you can improve. But as far as like actual add-ons, I think that would just the shoulders and the closing that gap too and from behind because his back shots they hurt because of that big gap between his legs.
I agree. I think he's slightly underrated. Because he did Dubai and he got like 8th or 9th or something like that, and it's like, do we expect him to beat Tonio and Bonac? No. But I mean, I think he could beat a Nathan. I think so. I think
honestly, I think conditioning and posing, if he wants a quick fix, will help him.
Yeah. Hold up. Before I do that, let me go Quinton. See, this is aesthetic. This is aesthetic as fuck.
One thing Quinton's doing too is there's a certain level of confidence that he poses with now. I think he's done enough shows to where he just like he's finally got in that zone, like he belongs there kind of thing.
Yep.
He's posing like he does.
Compare this to New York Pro last year. Big difference in the confidence.
No shaking, no nothing.
100%, yeah. I got to be honest, he used to look on the shy side on stage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's night and day.
You know what's funny? That Urs is the classic guy, but Quinton looks like more of an oversized classic guy than Urs. Urs actually doesn't look classic right now anymore. He just looks like an open guy to me.
Yeah.
he poses classic, but Quinton actually looks like an oversized classic guy, literally. He looked like Terrence Ruffin, but 6'3".
That's funny as fuck.
And I think because he's in shape, his back double looks way better to me. His back poses in general.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a little surprised. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Urs earned it. Obviously, he just won the last one, but I think this was enough.
Not for nothing. It's like they reverse. Like it's like he actually Quint slightly looked to me. I felt like Quint was actually the better shaped guy and almost the better conditioned guy in some body parts. Like the quads are more conditioned than Urs. And Urs actually looks kind of bigger. I'm not gonna lie, he actually looks more muscular.
You know, I think where Urs really fucking stands out is his presentation. Mm-hmm. He has a really good stage presence and he poses really well. So it kind of like draws your eye. He has that like that pizzazz, I guess you lack of better words.
100%. I mean, the presentation, I gotta be honest, Quinton's presentation is really good, but it's still not even close. Like Urs like every finger is in the right place. And if you pay attention, like the smile, he even winked before his last spread. He winks before it.
I was telling Ashley and Paul that Urs is a fucking performer, and that kind of shit gives you an edge.
100%. You'll never see him for a second. You know how guys kind of make faces and like breathe out. You won't see it. And if he eats a lot of carbs and has some distension, you would never see it because he won't let you see it. Kane, go to bed.
And his face has like that look where it's like, so Quinton looks like I'm here to win. And then Urs just looks like he's having fun with it.
Yep. He looks like he's performing, basically. It looks like a performance. Like he's enjoying giving you a performance, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't even know the word. Yeah, Quinton looks confident. I don't even know what you call Urs.
Yeah, it's confident.
It's like he's a performer and he's doing his job as a performer, you know. Mm-hmm. But I could actually say, as crazy as it sounds, Quinton might be a little bit sharper than Urs here.
I agree. I'm telling you, I thought he was going to win. I really did. He's perfectly, like, his polish is just really good.
So basically they're telling him that this is the look we want, but you still need more muscle to beat Urs, basically, what he's saying.
if that's the thing too, obviously more muscle is not going to hurt Quint. I think there's a certain level of detail that time needs to play its part to come in, because Quint's
upper body
freshly bigger. You know, we talked about this, about muscle maturity playing a huge role in placing in these top levels of bodybuilding.
Yeah, it's mainly the upper body. This is actually the by far the hardest his upper body has looked all year, because the upper body, it had that spongy look in the other shows. There was no spongy look in the upper body here, but it still could be like a little more grainier. You know. Yeah, look at the comments.
Again. Hold up.
Oh, but did you hear what I said?
You said it's not that it's spongy, but it could be a little what?
It could be a little more grainier still, even so.
But that's just time. That's just using your muscles over a few years. Like it's it. 100%. Like his legs look like that. His legs have been big. You know, his upper body's kind of caught up to his legs.
Oh, see, it's funny because you know that because you've been following Quinn for a long time. But when I hear people say his legs are like a weakness, in my head, I'm like, he was like, he was way leg dominant when he started. He was like all quads. Yeah, so he actually brought it up. But I was going to say, see, Quint is actually, in my opinion, a lot leaner than most of Andrew Jack look. But Andrew has so much density that he almost looks leaner in a lot of body parts, you know? Till he turns around.
That's the word I wanted to use, density. Just that hard, the density makes you look hard. That's it. Like it's just straight up. That's going to bring out a certain detail. So it's like, Urs looks hard as fuck.
He does, yeah. But Urs is pretty dense. I'm not gonna lie. But body fat wise, I think Quint is even leaner than Samson was at the O. Potentially, like when you look at it, because that's kind of the telltale signs. Like, I mean, from his glutes and hams, but it's just that Samson is denser. Samson is way bigger, but Samson is he's a freak. He's bigger, denser, rounder, everything, you know?
Yeah.
But, so what do you think if you're in Quint's corner after seeing all these looks? I think he's gonna do another show. What would France, I think is next? What would you advise him to do for France? What look?
What he brought to this, like he could do the exact same thing. If he could mimic this look, he'll win. I mean, unless some big name somehow pops in and tries to do a last minute, like, hey, I'm trying to qualify for next year,
bro. But I would feel really bad, but I'm not gonna lie. This right here, let me see if he's on the page. Do you know what I'm about to pull up?
No, I don't.
I would feel really bad if this happened to Quint because I like Quint so much.
I'm about to freeze.
You can tell when I'm about to freeze, huh?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. I'm paying for this fucking high speed internet. It's bullshit, bro.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You never used to freeze, so I don't know what's going on.
It is worse, bro. Holy shit. But anyway, I would feel really bad for Quint if another classic guy beat him. But this guy looks like CGI. Look when he turns around, bro. What the fuck? What are these classic guys doing? Why the fuck is his triceps look like quads, bro? The fuck is that?
You know, so here's the thing with this guy. I think I actually pointed this guy out to Ash the other day. I was like, doesn't this guy look fucking insane? But the last time, I mean, he looks crazier now. Don't get me wrong. But last time, like a year ago or whatever, I think he stepped on stage and it didn't translate.
No. Like he looked, when the show he qualified for the Olympia, he looked insane, but it was a different kind of insane. You know how he looked so bubbly? He didn't look bubbly on stage. He actually looked pretty hard, which I didn't expect him to look that hard because he has some really good separation in certain body parts. So he looked really separated and hard, but he didn't look bursting full the way, you know, but he had to make weight as well, you know.
So this guy's physique, it reminds me a lot of the Asian bodybuilders.
Yeah, the crazy arms and legs.
So now look, his back's cool and all, but you standing next to, like, it's not. That's where he hurts. It's going to be hard for him to win certain shows with the back like that. I mean, it's like I said, he has a crazy physique, but got a crazy chest and crazy limbs. It's the backside.
But like that almost has to happen, because if this motherfucker had a fucking Joe back.
Hold on, you're cutting out again.
Oh damn. Can you hear me? You got me?
Good.
But it's like he has to be missing something, because literally, if he had a fucking Joe or Derek back, well then he's Phil Heath, and then he wins the Olympia, right? So it's like,
I was gonna say, I was like, the only one who's been able to come in with those crazy limbs and turn it into a crazy back was Phil. I've yet to see anybody else do it.
Because it never happens. Because it's always like, all he has to do is bring this up. And honestly, as narrow, with all due respect, as narrow as Phil looked, I didn't think he could bring his back up, because I'm like, it's just gonna protrude out, because it was kind of thick, but he can't make himself wider. So in my head, I'm like, he's just gonna be like a guy that looks really bubbly. But then somehow he just grew this way, and it's like, not next to Jay. Nobody's wide next to Jay, but next to everybody else, his lats actually grew in width, and then it was like, okay, well, nobody's gonna beat that. So if this guy's back is not bad, actually, it's not. That's like,
what I'm trying to say, it's not bad, but going next to certain people, it does get exposed.
Do you think your arms can be too big? Oh, we had
your arms can only be too big if you don't have a back.
But see, the issue is you would need a lot of fucking back to match. Look at those triceps, bro. You would need, but then that's why only Phil was able to do it, because like, you know how crazy your back has to be to match those fucking limbs. It's like, I don't know. Is that realistic for his back to catch up to that? I don't know.
I mean, it can. Like you talking about, Phil has the best arms of all time.
Yeah.
You know, arguably. And I mean, if he can do it, it just has. It literally does. Like, yes, genetics plays a huge role, but it's like, clearly this guy's got genetics to build muscle. So he just needs to figure out how to train for him to where his back will grow.
That's really, so. It's like, unfortunately, a lot of people do more of the same shit. But what you have to do, you know, respectfully, like Johnny Jackson, he just kept doing more weight, more reps, more sets, but the same workout. And it's like, more of the same isn't necessarily better. But if you see Phil's first video, he was doing pull-ups, deadlifts, barbell rows, dumbbell rows. And then by his third video, he was doing hammer strength and machines for back. Right. And at the time, people would talk shit. Why are you doing machines? But I mean, come on, you know.
I actually was on a podcast with Chris Tuttle, and I said, work ethic and genetics will get you to a certain level in the league. You'll be a great pro. However, there are a few people that actually truly understand how to train. Like, all of us know how to train hard on the pro level. That's just a given. Like, we just do.
Yeah.
But training knowledge and application and understanding how to actually bring things up and how to feel things and why you're training the way you're training, that's where you get these elite guys like the Phil Heath. He has the genetics, he has the work ethic, but now he has training knowledge and application.
100%.
So he truly knows how to be a bodybuilder compared to someone that's like, I'm just going to keep working harder. And then, like you said,
100%.
You bring up everything else because genetically that's where it's going to fall. But if you're not actually training for the purpose of bringing something specific up, you're just going to get bigger in all the places that you normally do.
Just a bigger version of the same thing. And guess what? It looks like you didn't make any improvements. That's what it looks like. Right?
Because, you're just a balanced version of what you already were.
If you gain 5 pounds in your shoulders and back, it would look freaky. But would it put you over Jordan now? No, because that's not what you needed, right? So you gotta And it's also not about being a scientist. Like, you don't have to be a fucking scientist. It's just that either you understand. It's more important to understand what you're doing by feel. Like I see you training legs.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you can feel it, you can grow it.
That's it.
So if you're not feeling that muscle you're trying to work, you're probably not working it. Even if if you're trying to bring up the side delt and you're doing a side lateral, but you don't really feel that side of the shoulder and your traps are getting bigger, it's like, well, just because you're doing the fucking movement doesn't mean you're gonna grow it.
Crazy part, I've never felt side laterals till like this year. I've never felt it, you know.
And I bet you went way lighter. I bet you went slower, and I bet you actually kind of controlled the concentric and the eccentric. It's just shit 100%. Like that. Like
what I felt was that I never got a stretch or a contraction. It's like this is just I kept getting this. I felt like I was just getting a mid range. Like I was just doing this, like because I wasn't getting a stretch here and I wasn't getting a contraction here. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to feel one or the other? And I saw, Nick does it already, but I saw somebody else do it. I can't remember who it was, but they bought the lateral raise higher. They did the machine and they brought it all the way up here. And I'm like, that shit looks.
Nick does it.
And I'm like, that shit looks so. I hate how it looks. It looks like I'm training like a fucking bikini girl or something. Like, am I? You know how we are. We just weird like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like how that looks. But fuck it. Who gives a fuck? So I went in the machine, and I did it, and I'm like this, and my shoulders lit the fuck up with a quarter of the weight. Then I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna try it with the dumbbells, and I did it with the dumbbells, and I felt it. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not lateral raising 50 pounds anymore, but I feel it.
Bro, if you go, I just posted a video today on how I'm training my legs.
I saw
slides. Mm-hmm. Dog, my fucking sweeps are fucked up. But it's training with purpose, you know? Like if you look at the loads I'm using, it's not much. But that shit is that one where the left, yeah.
When I saw this, I saw the video earlier. When I saw it, the first thing I thought is Joe's legs are going to be
frozen again. There you go.
You got me? Well, the good thing is this happened with Compton, and it doesn't actually freeze on the recording. It records still, which is good. But yeah, when I saw this video, the first thing I thought is Joe's legs are gonna be way better next year because I can see it, literally see it, that you're connecting 100%, like not 50%, not 80%. You're connecting 100%, and I know you have the genetics, obviously, to put on muscle, right? Like you said earlier, right? Yeah. You're at this level. You have the genetics to put on the muscle. You put on so much muscle. So as long as you're feeling it the way you are right now, they're gonna grow. So they're gonna fucking grow like a lot because your genetics, you put on muscle pretty fast, you know. So I've been doing that too, like pushing from the toes instead of from the heels because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, bro, it's just like so something that Nick does that I do, like that I try to teach and stuff or tell people. It's like there's no weight on that fucking machine. That was hard as fuck to do. I promise you, bro. And but what I'm doing is I'm feeling that weight sit on that sweep, and then as I'm at the bottom, I'm contracting through the sweep. Yeah. And I'm just like fucking torching it, and my fucking it hurts like in the best way.
The crazy part of it, bro, Nick been telling me this for years, bro, and then it's not an ego thing. It's just that I don't know. Like I don't even know what stops you. You just like I would try it like a week, and then I would be so like bored. I would be like, fuck this shit, and I would stop doing it. But you know what? I'm enjoying it right now. I'm actually enjoying it. I don't know why, but I'm enjoying it.
Bro, when you learn how to maximize a pump and feel each contraction, you get a fucking high from it, bro. Like you get addicted to that feeling your muscle get tighter and tighter and tighter. Like I love it. I mean, I trained like you for years. I trained fucking heavy, like pyramid shit up, lift or be as strong as I could be. And I mean, I built a great foundation, but You know, like again, I've talked about carrying myself as a professional. Like if I'm going to be a professional in this league, I need to start understanding how to keep improving. And if I don't improve, I'm not going to go anywhere. So this is where you have to evolve your training, grow with what bodybuilding is, and just get better. And you have to be open-minded.
100%. So now I find myself like in my brain like judging other people's form. Like I'm watching somebody like with no triceps, right? And and they're doing certain movements, and I'm looking like, oh, that's why you got no triceps, motherfucker. You're not because you're looking at the form. You're like you're literally not hitting anything. You're doing like elbows and shoulders at that point, you know. And it's like, but when they're younger, I'm like, they'll learn. If they're already older, I'm like, well, then it just is what it is. But if they're younger, I'm like, it's just a phase. You know, they'll get over it. Like, because you probably agree with me. Like, there's no desire. I don't have the desire anymore. It was in the beginning. I just want to squat heavy. I have no desire to squat sixth place. Like, I don't care. I genuinely don't care.
During this workout, I was literally telling Paul, isn't it crazy how we're doing our best to do the most with the least at this point?
Yeah. Almost like if you look at your old videos, you would like almost like you would find it uncomfortable because you'd be like, oh my god, like how did I do that shit? How did I lift that much weight? Because it hurts to watch. You're like, fuck, God, that's a lot of weight, you know. And it's not the same, you know. But it's how you get better,
man. Bro. Different mentality.
Yeah, but it's still difficult because I mean, I did a push day and it was fucking difficult. You know, I used 120-pound dumbbells, which is, I mean, it's still pretty heavy, but compared to like 160s, 170s, 180s, and my chest was done, completely done. You know, the best sets I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. But let me just double check this. The next show is France. Let me see the opposing individuals. Do you think Urs got better, worse, or the same? Let me get some
Urs, honestly, oh shit, those are good pictures. I think it's just about the same. Yeah, honestly, I think like you said, the first time out, it was like, holy shit. But now, like seeing him again, it's like, to me, it was very comparable to the last look.
It was. And what do you think he should do for the Olympia as far as coming in bigger, tighter, fuller, or the same?
I honestly think Urs needs to come in the exact same. Yeah, so I don't think coming in any fuller is going to help him. Because in those top spots, those guys are fucking peeled. So I think it'll hurt him to try to come in fuller. So,
okay. See, now this makes sense. I know. Urs has the angle on him, but his structure is. He has a lot of muscle, but
he's narrow.
He is narrow. Yeah. So next to Urs looks like he's more muscular, but I know he's not because this guy is insanely muscular. Urs is just bigger structure, you know, so that's gonna hurt him. That's gonna hurt him for sure. He looks bigger by himself, for sure. Let's check out Louis Breed. There's a picture.
You see, that's why Louis Breed places where he does. It's that narrowness. Like he's crazy muscular, but because his frame is more like compact, it hurts him. Like against these guys that have this big stage presence, you know?
Yeah. He's one of the guys like you have to respect. You have to respect people who are always nailing it because you see so many of these guys. You're like, oh, if you're harder, you would win. If you had more muscle, you would win. And then you see guys like that, they bring it every fucking time, and the only thing that's stopping them is genetics, which is. I think we have to respect that more than fucking genetics, you know?
Well, because everybody respects a really good work ethic, bro, and to achieve what Louis Breed looks like, that takes an insane amount of work ethic. You know,
it does. Yeah.
Again, doing the most with the least, right? Like he has great genetics to build muscle and get conditioned, but it just structurally is kind of holding back.
you got to feel for Mark, because if he looked like this when he had good shoulders, bro, he would be going to the O. Like the shoulder hurts, like even in the most muscular, like one shoulder is in front. I saw the front double. It's really hard for him to get into poses, man, and it really, let me see. It
So he
really
had
hurts his
surgery,
placing.
right?
I think the first time he got surgery, and then the second time they said they couldn't even help him. There's nothing they could do, basically. So whatever he got is what he got. It can't get any better. Whatever
Yeah, because it
mobility,
looks like he's like locked up.
bad,
That
bro.
it may be like, I don't know if it's just scar tissue that just won't allow him to open up or what.
So
But
leading into the shows, he literally can't hit the front or back double. He doesn't even try to hit it. Like there's no chance. So until he's stage ready is when he can even get in position, and it shows. It shows. He's gonna hit a back double here. Oh, he's doing a good job actually. I think he's trying to underpose it a little bit, but this is actually the best I've seen it, because the other show he was like way off. The
well, I
last
can
spread,
see it. Yeah, I can see it in his front shot's pretty bad. Right
and
here
then
too. One lat opens up farther than the other.
yeah, you see one open up. He's even posing with his left arm now for some of the poses instead of the right side. Let me see. I'm just zooming in on Mark Hector. But yeah, I think he has an insane physique. It doesn't hurt this pose because he's hitting it with the other arm. But yeah, even in the back double, I'm like, bro, he has big lats, man. He has good lats, but he can't show it. The abs and thighs, bro. He can't get the look. Oh shit, this one. He
Oh
can't get that
yeah.
one. He
See,
couldn't
he's
even.
locked. He's for sure locked.
Yeah, that sucks, man. At that point, he probably should just hit the one side. You
Yeah, I
know?
feel like kind of like Justin Abbott does, where he goes like that. And
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get the hand over your head, you might look at the front double. Even one arm is out
uh,
here, and with his aesthetics, he probably has a beautiful front double, right? Because he has a small waist and huge arms. You know,
is his left arm like, or his right arm atrophied?
it looks like it in his pose, but I can't judge it because he's not able to hit it. But I would assume so. If your shoulder is that bad, I think so. And he doesn't pose with that arm anymore, so I don't think he wants you to know if it is. But yeah, actually it is. We're looking at the shoulders. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. That's he can't. Yeah. I don't think that they will let you win a show with this
No, bro,
posing.
it's balance and symmetry. You're not. It's so in 2023, you know Cody Kalberg? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I'm familiar. Uh-huh.
Same thing. He lost to Cal um because of that. He had some shit like, I think he like tore his left pec, tore his left lat, and so
Oh
he's
yeah.
locked up kind of like that, and he couldn't pose right, and it cost him that show. He
Oh man. These are poses that I feel like would look beautiful on his physique as well. Like his front poses should be killer because he has like insane chest, shoulder, arm fullness, right? But bro, he can't show the lat at all. He can't even flex the pec.
and then even the
They,
guy on the right,
uh-huh.
it looks like he had a torn pec at some point. I don't know if he
Oh
did.
yeah, right here. Yeah, well, yeah, it looks torn. But even in this pose is still beating Mark because at least he can get in position, you know. But
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna win a show if what three four poses you can't hit it. That's too many to give up. There's way too many to give up. But you're right. I think that one side is smaller. You know, I think he tries to hide it, but I think it's smaller.
I mean,
Yeah,
to
oh
be honest,
yeah,
it's
for
pretty dope.
sure.
He places this high, with that kind of.
Good point. If he wasn't blessed genetically, he wouldn't be anywhere he wouldn't be nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, see his trap. It's all like
Atrophy,
shrunken
yeah.
in.
I saw when they were talking about his last bet on Bro Chat, and Fuad was like, "Oh wait, he didn't get in the pose," and Ian was like, "I think he's in the pose. I just think he can't hit it, right? Because you
saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
So there's one lat is up here, one is down here, and it looks like he didn't. It looks like he did this, and then he didn't. He forgot to lean back, but I don't think he can. I don't think he can do anything more.
Yo, Mark, if you're watching this, dog, like, kudos, bro.
Kudos to you, yeah. Well, they told him his career's over. Like, you'll never compete again, and they weren't wrong as far as he won't be able to pose, but he's so good that shit. He's still doing well. Yeah, holding his own. Yeah, well, shout out to Mark.
Fucking lion.
Mark, luckily I didn't have anything freaky.
I was fucking looking, bro. I said,
I've been caught like twice where people send me a screenshot and I'm like, yeah,
that's
just keep that to yourself. All right, I think that's it. That's all we got. Nothing else going on, right?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Keon doing the open show, but
I saw Keon. I've seen Keon a few times now. It's pretty dope, bro. Being able to just talk to Mr. Olympia like that, you know, like
casually.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Keon's a cool ass dude, bro. Him and his girl, very cool people.
Super cool. Like there's no like big headedness. There's no arrogance. None of that. That's how you be confident without being arrogant. He's confident.
Bro, you know what? I don't think I've mentioned this, but the coolest fucking thing ever is I was there training with Ash, and Keon and Amanda come up. They walked across the gym to come up and say hi to us, bro.
That's
the amount of humility, bro. Like he was on prep. This is 3 weeks ago. You know, it's not like he's far out. Like, that really meant the world to me and Ash. Like he carries himself like that. He's a cool ass dude.
That's fucking dope. Yeah, his wife is cool as hell too.
She's her cool too. She's fucking super deep in prep, and she had a whole conversation with us, low carbs and everything, man. Like really cool people. I love people like that.
It's like you want to see them win. You want to see them do well.
Yes,
and they are doing well. You know, but you want to see them do well because they're good people. You know. Yeah.
But the thing was too, they went out their way to give me like real quality, like genuine advice. And that's the coolest part. Like looking out for my career, my like where I can level up, how me and Ash, you know, can thrive together kind of thing in this sport. So just really cool.
One thing you'll notice is the good people attract good people in this industry. So I feel like early on, looking at the industry, I didn't think there would be that many good people. Like just for it being what it is, I just didn't think there would be this many genuinely good people, right? And I feel like everywhere I look now is good people, but I feel like we're attracting it to us because I see people that are opposite. People that are always talking about, oh, these people are pieces of shit. These people are big. That's not my experience. Everybody's pretty good around me.
We talked about that law of attraction, bro. You will attract what you are.
100%.
That's what they say. If you want to know who a person is, look at their circle.
Yep. Negativity draws negativity, and I definitely see that too. Like the people I follow that all their content is negative. Well, everything is negative. Yeah, literally everything is negative. So that goes both ways. But all right, Joe. I'm gonna stop the recording, but don't leave yet. But we're gonna sign out. All right, peace out, people.
Later, guys.